Options backdating is not related to options expensing, but it is similar in that it is options. It was a scandal that also broke out that I'm sure we'll see again as an issue. A college student got really bored, I guess, and looked through options payments, or cashing out of options, and noticed that there was an extraordinary level of high-priced payoffs and low-priced buy-ins. And he said, statistically, this would be, my analogy, would be like a busload of people going down to Vegas and 3/4 of them winning at roulette. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but it's not very likely. And every weekend for years. I mean, and so he kind of, this college student, I don't know if it was a he or she, kind of thought, well, maybe there's some insider trading going on or something. But someone else got even more bored and looked in deeper into it and noticed that it was even more sinister. They were actually forging documents. In other words, if someone signed on at XYZ Corporation and the shares are $50, the compensation manager might say, well, we'll say that you signed on last year when the shares were at $30 at their record low, and so even if they cashed them in 10 minutes later, they'd be very rich. But many times they'd put a several-year lock on it and whatnot, but even so. So, and these are public records. I mean, of when these options were issued and when they were cashed and whatnot. And these patterns just showed up. There's huge discrepancies on these charts that were showing that these vast improbabilities of it were just a normal distribution curve on a bell curve, as saying statistics. And some companies have been doing it for 20 years. Home Depot and all. There were so many of them that they couldn't put them in jail. I mean, they'd have to boot out the criminals that are already in there. And I don't know, there's just so many involved in this. It's so widespread that basically it was just, I don't know what they did, but I figured there'd be more articles about it sooner or later, the next wave, whatever. Yeah. That's called options backdating.